Hello, Sally. Nice to see you. That was all he said. 8 years of shared scenes. 8 years of laughter, arguments, love, and loyalty on screen. Decades of memories carried silently. And in the end, that was all she received. On screen, Rob Reiner and Sally Struthers were once the definition of a perfect couple. As Michael and Gloria Stuyvesant in All in the Family, they represented the soul of 1970s America. Young, idealistic, conflicted, and deeply human. They fought loudly, reconciled softly, and stood together when the world around them felt divided and unforgiving. Their chemistry felt undeniable, too natural to be fake, too emotional to be rehearsed. Audiences didn't just watch them, they believed in them. Thousands of letters poured into CBS. Fans praised their love, admired their bond, and congratulated them as if they were a real married couple. Many were convinced that Michael and Gloria were not just characters, but reflections of something real between two people meant to find each other. But what America fell in love with was only the performance. Behind the cameras, the truth was quieter, more fragile, and far more painful. Years later, at a crowded Hollywood film premiere, filled with polite smiles and rehearsed conversations, Sally Struthers spotted Rob Reiner across the room. Time collapsed, decades dissolved. Suddenly, she was no longer standing there as a seasoned actress. She was standing there as the woman who had shared her youth with him. Without thinking, she rushed toward him and called out warmly, instinctively, "Robbie!" He turned, paused, extended his hand. His voice was calm, formal, almost robotic. "Hello, Sally. Nice to see you." That moment didn't just hurt, it clarified everything. For the first time, Sally understood that whatever they had once shared, whatever she had carried quietly for decades, no longer existed for him. For more than 40 years, Sally Struthers lived with a story she never told. A story of affection that was never returned, of closeness that slowly dissolved into silence, of a bond that felt deep, meaningful, and unfinished. She didn't speak about it because some feelings don't ask to be healed. They ask to be hidden, until death finally made silence impossible. On December 14th, 2025, Hollywood woke up to shocking news. Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were found dead at their Los Angeles home. Tributes flooded the media, celebrating a legendary director and actor whose work shaped generations. Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men. Rob Reiner was remembered as brilliant, principled, warm, but behind the praise, another story surfaced quietly. Almost immediately after the news broke, Sally Struthers appeared before the press for the first time. She didn't dramatize, she didn't accuse, she didn't seek sympathy. She spoke slowly, carefully, as if choosing each word carried weight. And what she revealed forced people to reconsider everything they thought they knew. To understand the truth, you have to go back to 1971. Sally arrived on the set of All in the Family young, hopeful, and eager to prove herself. Rob Reiner, only 23, stood beside her as Michael "Meathead" Stivic, intelligent, outspoken, confident in his ideals. From the very first table read, something aligned. They challenged each other, debated scripts, and understood each other's timing without explanation. Rob already showed signs of creative brilliance. He questioned dialogue, adjusted pacing, and understood that comedy lived not just in jokes, but in silence, rhythm, and restraint. Sally admired him deeply. She felt intellectually seen, creatively respected, emotionally understood. Over 8 seasons, they grew close. They shared inside jokes, quiet laughter between takes, moments that felt private even in crowded studios. Somewhere along the way, admiration turned into something more dangerous. She fell in love. One afternoon after filming, she gathered all the courage she had. "Rob," she whispered, "do you want to get away from the crowd? Just the two of us?" Rob looked at her. His smile faded. His response was calm, controlled, final. "Sally, don't do this. You have a husband, I have a wife. We are colleagues." No anger, no explanation. Just a boundary drawn so cleanly it felt surgical. That moment stayed with her forever. She never told anyone. And yet, every day after that, she had to stand inches from him under bright studio lights, turning real heartbreak into believable love for millions of viewers. The audience applauded. They never knew the pain was real. Later, another wound followed. Rob asked Sally to keep her distance from his wife, Penny Marshall, who believed there was something inappropriate between them. Sally complied without protest, humiliated, confused, and quietly pushed into a role she never chose. When the show ended, Rob slowly disappeared from her life. Phone calls became brief, then rare, then non-existent. Sally, newly divorced and emotionally fragile, felt abandoned by someone she once trusted deeply. As Rob's career soared, Sally watched from a distance. The man the world admired no longer matched the one she remembered. Their rare encounters became polite, distant, empty, until that final handshake years later. Only once more did they stand together. In 2024, at Norman Lear's memorial ceremony, Rob spoke warmly, acknowledging their shared history. For Sally, it was bittersweet, a glimpse of the man she once knew, standing beside decades of chosen silence. When Rob Reiner died, all defenses collapsed. Sally mourned not just a colleague, but an unfinished bond, a friendship without closure, a kindred spirit met at the wrong time. And here is the truth that makes this story hurt. Some relationships don't end because someone leaves. They end because no one speaks, because silence feels safer than honesty, because dignity sometimes costs us connection. And maybe you know this feeling too. Someone you were close to, someone who mattered, someone who disappeared without explanation. Not because the bond wasn't real, but because timing, fear, and silence stood in the way. And perhaps the greatest regret is not losing someone, but losing the chance to ever ask what might have been. And if you want to hear more stories hidden behind the screens, tales of love, loss, and secrets no one dared to speak, maybe you'll want to stay with us for the next one.